Hello, my name is Marguerite Flores, and this is my microteaching presentation for English 657 TESOL Methods 2. For context, my imaginary class of ESL students has just completed their unit on common expressions, and a running theme throughout the unit was the use of the word sorry in different contexts. Thus, the unit concludes with an activity and an assessment on situational awareness and how the context clues given in these situations helps us understand how the word sorry is being used to express different things. One of the activities that my imaginary class did was sorting concordance lines that use the word sorry in different contexts and in different ways. I will produce a mini lesson reviewing very quickly these complex ideas of context with the word sorry, and then giving directions for a poster activity as well as an example guided by the teacher. Following this, there will be directions and an explanation of an assessment on the student's situational understanding given context with the word sorry. So the following will be what I would say to my class of students when giving them instructions and introducing this poster activity using concordance lines with the word sorry. Students will have already received their concordance line handouts, posters and scissors and glue, and the students will have been grouped by me before class has started. And so all groups will be sitting together. Okay, students, now that you have all of your materials in front of you, take a look at what you have. We have here our concordance lines handout. At the top, we have our categories. They are in colorful squares. We're going to call these colorful labels. Following that, we have white sentence strips with different uses of the word sorry. And all you get is the context within the sentence. So you will really have to read closely and discuss with your group which context these sentences belong to. Recall that without full context, and sometimes even with full context, the word sorry can be used to express more than one thing. It depends. So step one is to cut the colorful labels and glue them to the top of your poster. I did mine in a rainbow. You don't have to do yours in a rainbow. As you guys are cutting, let's review very quickly these complex ideas. So we can use the word sorry when we're apologizing. Recall that this is where the word sorry was used the most in our unit. The word sorry can be used to express our apology for something that we have done, something that we have not done, something that has been said, etc. But we can also use the word sorry to express sympathy. Recall that when we're expressing sympathy, in the context, something negative has happened to the listener. They're either experiencing negative feelings or a negative event has happened to them. We can also use the word sorry to express our disappointment for something. Remember that when we express disappointment, something negative has happened to us, or we are experiencing negative feelings. We can also use the word sorry to make our sentences and what we say a little more polite. Remember that when we use sorry to increase the politeness of what we have said, we can get rid of the word sorry and our sentence will still make sense. It just won't be as polite. We can also use the word sorry to ask someone to repeat something that they have said that you did not understand or did not hear. We can use the word sorry when disagreeing. Recall from that part of our unit that when we disagree using the word sorry, we begin with the word sorry and then express our point, which is disagreeing with a point that we have heard. We can also use the word sorry to correct an error that we have said. And we can use the word sorry to express regret. Remember that when we express regret, we feel negative about something around us, something that has either happened or not happened. And the context will be very important. Now that you have cut and glued the colorful labels to the top of your poster, step two is to cut all of the sentences so that you have individual sentence strips. Remember to share the responsibility of cutting. Step 3 is going to be to discuss and sort each of these sentence strips into one of the categories. Recall that some of these will be applicable, some of them will work for more than one category. As a group, you must decide which category you believe is best suited to the sentence that you are discussing. Let's do one together as you are cutting out your sentence strips. I have chosen this example. Melissa, I am truly so sorry to hear about your dad. Okay, so we can get rid of the easy options pretty quickly. We can see here that this sentence is not an example of using the word sorry to ask someone to repeat. We also can clearly see that we are not using the word sorry here to correct an error in something we said. We also cannot see from this context that there is any disagreement happening. And we know that this sentence is not expressing disappointment given what it says. Melissa, I am truly so sorry to hear about your dad. Are we disappointed in the fact that we heard about Melissa's dad? That sounds a little silly to me. But to figure out really what the sentence is about, we have to dissect the sentence itself. So in front of the word sorry, there are two emphasizers, truly and so. So we can take from this that the sorry in this sentence is a very strong word. There are two emphasizers strengthening the word sorry here. And what is the speaker sorry about? The speaker is sorry to hear about Melissa's dad. Now, notice here, the speaker is not sorry to hear Melissa's dad. The speaker is not sorry about hearing something Melissa's dad has said. There is something about Melissa's dad that makes the speaker sorry. So this does not sound like an apology. The speaker is not sorry that they heard about Melissa's dad, so we are not apologizing here. I also don't believe that the speaker here is expressing regret for hearing about Melissa's dad. And if we were to get rid of the word sorry in this sentence, it would no longer make sense. I do not feel that sorry is being used to express politeness. But I do believe that this is a very good example of expressing sympathy. Something has happened to Melissa's dad, and Melissa's dad is experiencing something, feeling something that the speaker is sorry about. So the speaker is expressing sympathy to Melissa because something is going on with Melissa's father. After the classes have completed the unit and this review on the word sorry, there will be two assessments. The first assessment is here to test the students' situational awareness. And in this assessment, the students will demonstrate their knowledge of the skills and the content that has been covered in the previous lessons. The following is how I would introduce this assessment to my students. Okay, class. You have done such a great job with these lessons. I am very confident in your abilities. Let's try an assessment. To take this assessment, we're all going to need to grab our devices and go to our Nearpod. To join, we will use the code X3CJ4. When you get to the assessment, there are 8 questions. Each question contains an audio clip with the word sorry in some context. You must determine what the word sorry is being used to express given the context of the audio clip. To play the audio clip, press the blue play arrow. Tip: really listen to these context clues. And remember, because we're doing this on Nearpod, you can press play as many times as you need to until you feel confident in your answer. Once you have chosen an answer choice, it will give you a blue check mark, and then you can go through to the next question by pressing next or the white arrow in the blue semicircles. You guys should know as always, that if this is a multiple choice test, there's only one correct answer. So, whereas previously we talked about how the word sorry in context, without all of the context, we might think that the word sorry could be used to express more than one thing. I have not included any of those ambiguous types of sorries. Okay. The other thing I want you to know is that when you are done with this assessment, we're going to go over it as an entire class. We'll do a little game where we review. And then at our next conference, we're going to discuss how you have done on these assessments one on one so that we can see where you are and where you still want to grow. Good luck, everybody.